Join us in honoring those who serve Wednesday at 10 on KSN News 3.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back to KSN News at 10 and tonight's Veteran Salute. KSN's Mike Mahoney introduces us to an Air Force vet living in Goddard who is proud to follow in both his mother's and father's footsteps.
Willie Tucker is busy these days, working as a financial advisor and taking care of his family in Sedgwick County. But he knew back in high school that he was destined for the Air Force, since military service runs in the family.
I'm a third generation military member in our family. Since both my mom and dad served, their dads served. And, I just wanted to carry on that legacy as well.
Willie spent almost 3 decades serving and worked many jobs, first starting in admin and then moving on to computers.
It's not much different than trying to protect corporate secrets. National secrets are a little bit more important in some respects, but, making sure that the right people have the right access at the right time. It was very important. I took a lot of pride in that.
Willie's next role in the Air Force as First Sergeant was the one he held the longest, and it's a role that had him working closely with airmen and base leadership.
My whole role as a First Sergeant was to help make sure that the commander had a trained force and ensuring esprit de corps, or making sure the morale is high within the squadron. With that comes a lot of conversations with the different airmen. Sometimes it's bad. Most of the time it was good.
Willie retired from the Air Force in 2021, following a career that took him around the world while providing him with friendships he values today.
I still treasure the relationships I built in the 28 years. I still talk to some of the folks that I used to hang out with over 20 years ago. So the relationships I built are positive, and I still lean on those relationships, and some of those relationships still reach out and just to check on me or still get advice.
And in retirement, Willie knows his service and why he joined up will always stay near and dear to his heart, and he is reminded of that somewhat regularly.
I initially joined to get an education, but I stayed for patriotism. And every time I hear the national anthem, I do get a little choked up. And sometimes, depending on how the rendition goes, I still cry.
Here for you, Mike Mahoney, KSN News 3.
On behalf of the Devon James Injury Lawyers, we're honored to recognize this week's veteran who served our country in the United States Air Force, Senior Master Sergeant Willie Tucker. Sergeant, thank you so much for your service.
Thank you. And I'd like to present this check to Passageways as my appreciation for serving in the military.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.